The Sports Town Podcast.
What did you think about Devin Booker and Deandre Ayton's performance? Because they really stepped up this year, especially, I think, of course, adding Chris Paul helped them a lot. But what did you think about their performance this whole postseason?
Yeah, I think I want to say what we saw with Deandre Ayton in this past series where, like, I think when he's on, like, they're on type of thing. Because, like, when you're able to feed a guy like that where he has so much more talent than I thought he did. And honestly, like he could be a guy that he's not really like a post threat where you could just throw him in and he could just like body someone. But I mean, the hook shot's there, a guy that can, I mean, he has a mid-range jumper that's there and he can hit it. But I think like even more impressive with Deandre Ayton, now that I'm thinking about it, is the fact that like we saw Nurkic on Jokic and just like how much foul trouble he was in. Like when he was playing Jokic, like the MVP of this year, like he really did not give up much to the MVP. I mean, again, the guy's going to put up what he puts up. But at the same time, if you're able to do it without fouling, that's even more impressive. And I think like throughout that whole entire series, I don't have the numbers pulled up, but the guy literally did not foul that much. And I think like, Nurkic like fouled out in like game 2, game 3, like 3 games out of that series, he fouled out 3 or 4 games. And I think it's just a testament to what Deandre Ayton, the work that he's put in, the team that he's on with Monty Williams. And a lot of this is due to Monty Williams. I think like the player relationships that he has with a lot of these guys, and then just putting them in the right spots and drawing up plays and whatnot. Like, for example, that one of the first games where they drew up that play and threw it up to Ayton for the win. I mean, that's a great play drawn up by Monty Williams and a great pass from Jay Crowder. And so I've just been blown away by Deandre. And as far as Devin Booker goes, I just think the guy is, I do agree with a lot of people, like the next coming of like Kobe Bryant. Like I do see a lot of similarities in that game. And again, the guy can get his shot in a multitude of ways. I mean, when he's going around in pick and roll, I mean, he looks Chris Paul-esque, like he looks like his teammate. And so I do think that like what we've seen from both of these guys has been, monumental in these playoffs. And a lot of it, again, is luck in terms of like the road that they were able to get to the finals. It is luck. But you have to respect like just the talent level that they have for such a young team.
Yeah, and it's like I said, Deandre Ayton, the first few years of his career, where everybody was kind of comparing him to, of course, Luka Doncic, Trae Young. But I think this year he's really proven. I mean, he's not better than Luka Doncic or Trae Young, but he's finally proved that he was a good pick. And I was always pretty high on Deandre Ayton to start with, but I think the Suns finally got what they wanted out of Ayton, and I think this is going to be a great duo for the next few years to come. Thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and much more. Also, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Sports Town Podcast. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the right.